Hi there, it's just me, and I'm going to be starting a series on practical Kabbalah, or Kabbalah if you want to call it that, but I prefer Kabbalah. And I'm just going to take you through the rudimentary parts of it, things you should know if you want to investigate it or continue on with it. So first, we'll go into the four worlds. The four worlds are levels of consciousness as we can perceive them. You have Atzilut, Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya. Now with Atzilut, and don't mind me, I'll just say it as it seems appropriate because trying to do a Hebrew accent while pronouncing it is impossible for me. So I will mix some things up, with Hebrew pronunciation and phonetic pronunciation. So if you want to look them up further, you know, to have an idea how to spell these things. So we'll start off with Atzilut, which is the world of emanation. This is a purely spiritual realm. Then we have Bria, which is the world of creation. Then we have Yetzirah, which is the world of formation. And then we have Asiya, which is the world of action, the material world, the physical world as we understand it. I'll try and give you a demonstration how this works. Let's say you walk into a room completely empty and you decide you want to sit down. You either want to or you need to. So this is the world of Atzilut, is a need or a want. So you then figure out you want a chair to sit on. So you look for something, or you imagine what sort of chair you would like to sit on. And this is Bria, creation. And from there you want to look at the blueprints, so to speak, If I want a chair, what size will it be, how will it be held together? So this is Yetzirah, formation. And then you do the physical work from which you make the chair and have the final end product. And this is Asiya, the world of action, the physical world as we know it. And from a physical need we go back into a spiritual desire, I suppose. So you can see it's a continuous cycle. That's how our life is as we are now. So they're the four worlds, and the four worlds are different in their perception and their application. From there we have the 10 sephira, or as they're collectively known, the sephirot. They are Keta, Chokmah, Bina, Hesed, Geburah, Tifereth, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malkut. And they all have a planetary aspect to them, except for Keta and Chokmah. So with Bina we have Saturn, with Hesed we have Jupiter, with Geburah we have Mars, with Tifereth we have the Sun, with Netzach we have Venus, with Hod we have Mercury, with Yesod we have the Moon, and with Malkut, that is represented by this earth, and indeed in this world, and that's the important part. Now, collectively the sephira are usually demonstrated on the Tree of Life. So the Tree of Life exists in all four worlds. But in Asia, we have the Tree of Life and the Tree of Death. So in Absolute, Bria, Yetzira, we just have the Tree of Life. It's completed itself. But in Asia, we have the Tree of Life and Death of the knowledge of good and evil. The reason why Asia has a Tree of Life and Death is because of the demon realm. They have replicated the Tree of Life, only they call it the Tree of Death, and it works on the same premise. So let's say this is the Tree of Life, and we have Keta right at the very top. Of the Tree of Death, it's a mirror image. So the very top, what we would think would be the bottom of the complete Tree of Life and Death, is from here. And the sephira are separated or made different by their colours. So with Keta, the colour is white, and the same for Famil. So it's like a mirror image. The thing about the Tree of Life and Death is how they're connected in this world of Asia. They're actually connected through this earth. What we would call Malkut, that demons call Lilith. So you have human beings, if you want to say that, and demons. They have a 50% claim on this earth, in this world. And this is what the battle is about. If the demons can take this earth in its entirety, then they would have their own complete tree. So you can understand now why it's so important for them to take this world. But about this world, I just mention this part. This earth in this world is made up of two components. The first being Tabel, and the second being Cheled. I said that phonetically. And what Tabel is the imminent earth, rock, the non-animated. However, Cheled is the transcendent part, the animated part. That includes us, that includes the demons, those who have a soul, a spirit. The only difference between us and demons is that we have physical bodies. So I just wanted to mention that because that's never talked about. So this is why this earth is so important. And I also point out why or how with magic, how does one access the sephira, the individual ones? Well, they're all separated in magical purposes by colour and their perfume or their incense. I'll give you an example. Let's say the sephira of Yesod. In Absolute, the colour is indigo. In Bria, it's violet. In Yetzira, it's dark purple. And in Asia, it is citrine, flecked with azure. And these colours, when they are used in a magical realm, bring on different levels of consciousness through their visual appearance, and the perfumes or incense take one to that specific sephira by the smell. So you got the visual and the sense of smell, being altered by these two things. So I end up here for the time.